Blangiardi has officially proclaimed May 18th to the 24th, 2025 as National Emergency Medical Services Week in the City and County of Honolulu.
And one of EMS's fearless leaders joins us right now. We actually welcome her back onto the show. We welcome Paramedic Supervisor Sunny Johnson. Aloha, Sunny.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thank you for having for being here with us and helping to kokua and support our community in that time of need. Now, I want to ask you guys, because you actually have two divisions responsible for providing medical treatment. Can you break that down for us? Yeah,
so the main one, which everyone is pretty familiar with, is Honolulu Emergency Medical Services. Those are the ones that are responding to 911 calls. Those are the ones that go to your door when you call 911. We also have a community outreach section as well, better known as CORE. They do community engagement and help people with kind of longer term, more comprehensive care.
Wow.
Yeah. That's amazing. I didn't know about CORE.
It's something that's relatively new for our island, but it's extremely helpful, as you can imagine.
Definitely needed. Now, we don't know when a medical emergency or accident is going to happen.
Right.
But are there ways for us to, I know this sounds weird, but to plan for one? Or?
There's definitely ways to prepare, and we encourage that, of course, right? The first thing you're gonna do, right, call 911. Be prepared to make that call. Make sure you know your address, where you are. Even when you're kind of on the island, landmarks work well, restaurants, major roadways, so we can get there and help you. Another super important thing is stay calm. Try to give our dispatchers as much information as you can so they can relay that to the crew that's responding to you, right? So those are some of the ways you can prepare medication lists. If you're taking multiple medications, that's a big thing for us that we're always going to ask you, right? What medications are you on?
Wow, these are important tips.
Well, I also imagine if you're a caregiver as well, that you should have that information about the person that you take care of, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Medical problems, allergies, medications, those are the big things we ask, right? Because we're most likely going to give some medications to help that patient. So it's important to know those things.
Super important that you have these things so you can kind of expedite the process so that you guys can start rendering care.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Sunny, for those tips. This is awesome. Now, before we got on air, we're asking how are you guys recognizing and celebrating this week? And you guys are doing some food deleveries.
We are.
What else?
Yeah, so we kicked it off this week, like you guys said, with Mayor Blangiardi. He did his proclamation ceremony, which was great. So again, it starts from May 18th to the 25th. And this is one of the things we're doing. We wanted to come on here and kind of highlight our paramedics and our EMTs and what they do every day.
So we can celebrate you folks for the good work you do. Yes.
And my counterpart, Shane, she's out delivering meals to our crews, so giving them a nice bento for lunch this week.
Yay.
That's awesome. What rank are you? I see 2 stars up there.
I am a paramedic supervisor, so I'm a unit supervisor.
Oh, okay, right on.
Are there other events and activities that are happening that perhaps the public can get into or learn a little bit more about what you folks do?
Yeah, so this is just one of them, right? We're kind of just highlighting what our paramedics and EMTs do, the skills that they can perform. Some things we'd like the public to know, right, is when you see us on the roadways, you see us with our lights and sirens on. We're either going to a call to help somebody or we have somebody in the back of our ambulance. And a lot of times our paramedics, they're not just sitting there enjoying the ride, right? They're assessing the patient, they're taking vital signs, they could be doing CPR, they could be giving medication. So please, if you see us on the roadways with our lights and sirens, please pull over and yield. Don't stop directly in front of us. That's one of the worst things you can do. Our ambulance is gonna have to slam on the brakes and possibly jostle the paramedic that's in the back or the patient. So that's the first thing, is please pull safely to the side if you can. Another thing we encourage people is please save our paramedics for 911 emergencies. I know everybody's definition of an emergency is different, but there's so many different resources, urgent cares, your primary care doctor. So try to use those resources if you can. Like you guys said, our paramedics are responding to over 100,000 calls a year. It's a really stressful and emotionally taxing and physically taxing job. So if you can, save our paramedics for those 911 critical emergencies that they can save some lives.
Definitely, and I just want to throw in there as well, remind everybody about the move over law. If you guys are rendering care like on the freeway or on the road, you got to move over. It's the law. We have to move over one lane, right?
Yes.
To clear that space for you guys. And I just, maybe another dumb question, but can we barato you guys, or is that No can. Like, I know 'cause some people, they feel so appreciative and they like maybe cook you like one big pot beef stew or something.
No,
you know what I mean?
we love to get thanks. A great way to do it is write an accommodation letter for our crews. If you have an exceptionally great experience, with some of our crews that respond to our paramedics, they're amazing. So if you want to write something to our department that goes a long way. Sometimes just recognizing what someone does in that critical of a time is all we
saying
need.
the mahalo.
Yeah, exactly.
So to be clear, no pot of beef stew. No, just kidding.
I mean, we'll take it.
She hasn't said no.
Okay, and another, to be clear, that wasn't one dumb question, right?
That was not.
No, that was a good one.
Oh, okay.
That was a good one.
We like malama, you guys. Just
Yeah,
like,
thank you.
The old days, we used to put some gift on the rubbish can. For the rubbish,
Yeah.
Same thing?
Yeah,
Right.
same
Some
idea.
juice.
Yeah. And other beverages. But anyway, thank you, paramedic supervisor Sunny Johnson. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
And
sis.
Thank
thank you
you.
for all you guys do to keep us safe here on
Oh,
Oahu.
thanks for having us.